Today we are updating our turrets and tools tutorials. Now we've got a lot of info to cover and no time to waste, so let's get to it. Lately I have received several questions regarding some past tutorials. So today I am going to attempt to answer many of those questions. In this updates I will be answering a few questions about the turrets and also about the tools in 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. The first question I received had to do with the auto turrets, specifically about whether or not the perks will actually increase the damage output for the SMG or shotgun auto turret. So today we're actually going to put that to the test. I've got my SMG auto turret here, I have my shotgun auto turret here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in an animal, spawn in a bear, I think, because they have a lot of hit points. And I'm going to load each one of these bad boys with 1 round. We're going to let them fire 1 round and see how much damage they do. Then we are going to increase the perks and try it again. I'm going to test 3 separate perks to see if they affect the turrets. We're going to test the gunslinger perk because that governs SMGs. We're going to test the boomstick perk because that governs shotguns. And we're also going to test the robotics inventor tree because that governs turrets. And we'll see if the turrets actually do gain a damage boost by increasing any of those perks. But first we need to do our baseline test. So let me get an animal in here and we will do these things one at a time. Alright, we've got our bear spawned in, so now we're going to start with the SMG turret. We are going to put in 1 ammo. I'm going to turn everything off for now, and we are going to lock the ammo. I don't want it firing yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bear. So the bear has 1,600 hit points. Now we are going to activate our turret, let it shoot 1 round in the butt, and see how much damage it actually does. Alright, here we go. Ammo is locked, bear is in its sights, and we are going to go ahead and turn on the targeting, and we will back out, and he should fire right away. So let's see what he does. Boom! Alright, there you go. So 1 shot from the SMG turret took down 48 hit points. Next up, we are going to do the same test with our shotgun auto turret. Got a new bear spawned in. We are going to load him up with 1 shell. We are going to lock that ammo, turn on the targeting, and let's see what he does. Boom! Shot him in the butt. He did 112 damage. Alright, now for part 2 of this test, we're going to start with the SMG. So I went ahead and put my gunslinger perk all the way up to level 5. The gunslinger does govern the SMG, so we're going to see if the SMG auto turret gets a damage boost. No perks, the turret did 48 damage. So we're going to bring in another bear, load in another single round of ammo, and see what the SMG turret does this time. Alright, there's our bear, full health. Let's go ahead and get our turret loaded up here. 1 round, lock the ammo, and boom. And once again, he only did 48 points of damage. So the gunslinger perk has no effect on the SMG auto turret. Same amount of damage with that perk and without that perk. Let's try again with the shotgun auto turret and boomstick. Alright, there we go, folks. I have boomstick up to level 5. Let's bring in a bear and see if the shotgun turret does any better. And there is our brand new bear. Let's go ahead and get our shotgun loaded up here. 1 shell in the shotgun. Lock that ammo. Let's back out and see how much damage he does. And once again, he did 112 damage. So again, the boomstick perk does not have any effect on the shotgun auto turret. Now we are going to take a look at the robotics inventor tree. Does this have any effect on the turrets? Well, I've got this bumped up all the way to level 5. Let's bring in a bear and we'll start with the SMG. And there is our bear, folks. Let's go ahead and get our SMG auto turret loaded up. 1 round in the turret. Lock that ammo. Let's see how much damage he does this time. Okay, he missed. Point blank range, and he missed. Let's try that again. All right, this time SMG turret actually hit the bear standing right in front of you. There we go. And as you folks can see, once again, the SMG auto turret did 48 damage. So no change whatsoever with all 3 of those perks. It looks like none of the perks really have any effect on the auto turrets. But just in case, let's go ahead and spawn in another bear here, and let's do the same thing with our shotgun auto turret. Get him loaded up with ammo, get that ammo locked off, and let's see how much damage the shotgun auto turret does. Boom, shot him in the butt. And once again, 112 points of damage. So there you have it, folks. The SMG turrets and the shotgun auto, both the auto turrets are not affected by the perks. Gunslinger perk doesn't help, boomstick perk doesn't help, and the robotics inventor perks do not help as well. The next question I received was in regards to the junk turrets or the robotic turrets. In my robotics tutorial, I demonstrated that the robotics turrets were very ineffective against the demos because they have a high chance to actually hit the button and set the demo off. Now in that video, I had used a tier 6 robotic turret, fully upgraded and fully modded, and a tier 5 robotic turret, again, fully modded. But I was asked if having 2 level 6 turrets could actually take down a demo before setting the button off. Well, folks, we are about to find out. So I have my robotics inventor perk all the way up to level 5, and I've read every single book in the Tech Junkie book series. Also, my turrets are 100% completely modded, so they are dealing the most damage they possibly can, and we're going to see if 2 level 6 robotic turrets can take down the demo before he explodes. So let's go ahead and get a demo looking at us, and we're going to spawn him in. As soon as I spawn him in, these turrets are going to start going. So I'm going to try to spawn this guy quickly and exit out so we do not miss anything. So let's do it. Here we go. All right, there you go. That was number 1. So first try, and no, the turrets were not able to kill the demo before he exploded. Okay, let's try that one more time, just to be sure. Let's bring in the demo and let our turrets do their thing. And oh, wow, he spawned in and immediately got hit in the button. All right, 3rd time's the charm. Let's do this one more time. And again. Wow. The moment I spawned him into existence, and boom, shot right in the button. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The robotic turrets are very, very ineffective against the demos, unless you're trying to get them to explode. I mean, if that's your goal, stick with the robotic turrets. They'll do it every single time. If you're trying to kill them and making sure that they do not explode, pick up your robotic turrets. Do not put them down when you're facing demolition zombies. Otherwise, you will have a lot of explosions. And look at the damage those guys did here. We're already down to concrete and a nice big hole behind the little structure platform here. So the robotic turrets, unfortunately, are very, very bad to use against the demolition zombies. Again, like I said, unless you're actually trying to get them to explode, then they are excellent. The next question I received was regarding the robotic sledge. In a previous video, I had mentioned that the robotic sledge is great at guarding your entrances, and I received some comments and some questions about other uses for the robotic sledge, and I wanted to demonstrate one of those uses in a very, very effective and fun little horde-based design. So I will demonstrate that right here. I've got just a really simple structure. It is made out of steel, but you could actually make this out of wood and never really have anything to worry about. But we just got a little base of stairs coming up, so the zombies will come up, and then right here we've got a couple of sledges. We've got 2 tier 6 sledges fully modded out, ready to roll, and we've got ourselves a little door here with some bars around, and inside is just a box pretty much. And all you do is you come inside, you close the door, and you park your happy butt right here. That's all you got to do, and you never have to worry about anything. I'm going to spawn in a whole bunch of zombies just to show you guys exactly how this works. So first, let's turn God mode on, and I am going to just spawn in a whole bunch of zombie jerks. It looks like we got a couple of demos, a bunch of radiated, some ferals. We've got a lot of zombie jerks. Okay, I'm going to turn their AI back on and get their attention, head on inside, and then I'm going to get out of my body so you guys can actually see this. And the zombie jerks come up, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo, and the robotic sledges send them flying. And I don't have to do a thing. With two of them going like this, I have nothing to worry about whatsoever. They'll just keep running up, and this sledge is close enough to the door here that if any of them get past the sledges, they will actually start banging on the door, and then this guy will just knock them off and they'll go flying again. And they go flying down, and they come back around, and once again, boop, they go flying, boop, they go flying. Holy crap, the cheerleader really went flying. But they get knocked off the pillar, knocked off the platform, go down to the bottom and start again. They come up and they walk around and boom, and eventually they will die. They get set on fire a lot. Bye-bye farmer, bye-bye cheerleader. But I could sit here all day, every day, on Horde Night even, and not have anything to worry about. One thing I will caution you, the reason that I have these here on the right side of the Horde base, or I guess it would be the left side of the actual demo zombie. So as the demo zombie comes up, you'll see his button is on the right. That's why you want your robotic sledges on the left side of the demo. That way they're hitting the demo on the left side, and they will not actually hit the button. But just in case they accidentally do, the demo gets flung off the side and explodes on the ground. No worries there whatsoever. Another great thing is you can hide yourself in the corner and the cops will never see you, and you do not have to worry about getting spit on. But like I said, I could sit here all day, all night, and never have to worry about the zombie jerks. They'll keep running up, they'll keep getting smacked down, and doing the loop over and over and over again. So this is another very good use for the robotic sledge. Now before we move on, I would like to take this opportunity to say, if you find this video helpful and or enjoyable and would like to see more, join the Sav Nation by clicking that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single one of our tutorial videos. I release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all of the support. But now, let's get back to it. I've also received a few questions about tools, primarily about the different uses for each tool. While yes, the axe is a great tool for chopping down trees and gathering wood, it also has other uses, as do the pickaxe and the salvage tools like the wrench, ratchet, or impact driver. So I wanted to go ahead and demonstrate some of the other uses for these tools. I'm going to start off by demonstrating one of the main alternative uses for these tools, and that is usefulness in POIs. Granted, most POIs have set routes that you are supposed to follow in order to get through the POI and get to the main loot. Sometimes you will run into obstacles that you need to break down. Or maybe you just want to take your own route. You don't want to follow the route planned out by the developers. That's where your tools come in. They are great at getting past obstacles. Let's start off with doors. So here in front of us, we've got a reinforced wooden door here. There are usually only about 3 types of doors. Most doors will either be made of wood and have an upgraded iron level, or the doors will be made out of iron and have an upgraded wooden level. So you'll need both your axe and your pick in order to get through the door quickly. But if you do come to a locked door and you want to get through it, bust out your tools and get to work. So this door we have in front of us is a wood door that has an iron upgrade. So we'll want to start with our pickaxe to take care of that iron layer. There we go. And now we switch to our regular axe to get rid of the wood layer. And just like that, door is down, we can now head on into the POI. Another great use for tools is actually breaking into safes. If you are out of lockpicks and don't have any other way to get into the safe, you can actually do it with brute force. If you use your pickaxe on a locked safe, you can actually bang it down and break that lock and get it open. Now keep in mind that most safes have a lot of hit points, so breaking into these bad boys can take a bit of time. But once you deplete the first set of hit points, The gun safe is now unlocked and ready to be looted. Your salvageable tools can be used to break down a whole lot of stuff in 7 Days to Die. For instance, here we have a broken vending machine. Now, I will caution you, if this is a working vending machine and you try to break it down, you will get electrocuted, take a lot of damage, and you can die. Make sure it is a non-working vending machine before you try to break it down. The way you can tell is you walk up to it. If you can't access its inventory, you know it is safe to break down. If you find one of these bad boys out and about, you can use your impact driver, your wrench, your ratchet to break it down, and you actually get a whole bunch of very useful resources. The same can be said with almost anything mechanical. So even this light post here, boom, I can break that down. You can break down cars. I can break down this shopping cart. Gives me mechanical parts and iron. You go inside a POI, you can actually break down these anything in the kitchen areas, so like the fountain machines, those can be broken down. The cash registers can be broken down. We go in here, obviously the fuse box can be broken down. You can break down the microwave, the coffee maker, the stoves, the toasters, anything like that can be broken down for some very useful items. You can also break down lights and signs for mechanical parts, electrical parts, that kind of stuff. So as you're out and about, like this light here, I can break that down, boom, and I get some useful resources. So as you're out and about going through different POIs, keep your eyes peeled for different stuff that you can break down with your wrench, with your ratchet, or your impact driver. And of course, you will need your tools in order to break open sealed crates. So here we've got our Shotgun Messiah sealed shipping crate. You can't loot the crate until you break the crate open. So use your axe, break that bad boy open, and boom, now you can search the gun store box and actually loot up the container. So there's a lot of containers, a lot of crates in the world that you will have to break open before you can actually loot them. There are also several other items in the game that can be broken down to gather resources. For instance, we have the little skull here. This, if you use your pickaxe and break this bad boy down, you will actually gain bone. So we gained 4 bone by breaking down that one little skull. In the desert region, you will find these little wood guys here in place of the trees. So the trees aren't as prevalent as in some of the other biomes, but they've replaced the trees with these little broken down little like scrap wood thingies here. But you can break those down and you can use those to gather wood. And of course, you'll find these little rocks dotted all over the place in every single biome. These are a great source of stone. So instead of just digging a hole straight down, you can come up to one of these bad boys, break it down, and get yourself some stone. Another awesome place to get stone is from these little pallets here. You get a ton of stone by breaking these down. Look at that. 2 wax gives you 50 stone, and that's with no perks into Miner 69er or Motherlode. Get those perks up and you'll be busting these down even faster and getting even more resources. You can also get a small amount of stone out of the cinder blocks, but not nearly as much as the stone pallets. These stone pallets are awesome, and you can find them everywhere, especially in POIs like this that are like construction POIs. So definitely be on the lookout for those stone pallets. You can harvest stone a lot faster by breaking these down than you can breaking down any of the boulders in the game or digging a mine. These little pallets are worth their weight in gold. All right, so here is another example of a door out in the world that you can use your tools to break down. This one is an iron door that has a wood layer and another iron layer. So in order to break this one down, you'll start with your pickaxe, switch over to your axe to break the wood, and then switch back to your pickaxe to break down the iron. However, if you come to a door like that, sometimes it's quicker just to break down the block beside it. Boom, 2 whacks with my axe opened up this side here, good to go. Like I said, most POIs have a determined route that you're supposed to take, so you really shouldn't need to break down anything, but some POIs actually have locked doors that are they're kind of slightly broken down wood doors. So I think the easiest way to demonstrate this would be going to the motel here. Most of these doors are going to be locked. Locked door, locked door, locked door, and the only way to actually get in there to get the loot is to break down the door. Most POIs have a way to get to the loot without having to break down the door, but some, like the motel, you actually have to break into most of the doors. And that is where your tools come in handy. You always want to make sure you bring an axe and a pickaxe with you, at least when you're going out looting. At least an axe and a pickaxe. But if you're early on in the game, you'll want to make sure to bring at least a stone axe when you go out looting, until you have the ability to craft some of the higher tools. Once you have the ability to craft a decent fire axe and a decent pickaxe, I would recommend that you do so. But it's very important to always keep your tools on you, because there are so many things that the tools are used for. I hope I was able to answer some of the questions that you folks had. If you have any more questions about any of the tutorial videos I've released, leave them down in the comments below the videos. I do read the comments and I try to respond to as many people as I can, and who knows, maybe your comment or your question will end up in the next Savins World video. So definitely get those questions down in the comments section for each of the tutorial videos. Speaking of tutorials, I've created a very special playlist of tutorial videos that I think you would enjoy. You can access that playlist by clicking the box in the top right corner of the screen. But for now, this is Savin saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Savins World. And remember, the average gamer is always king of the hill on the bell curve.